So here we are considering the chapter number 7, which is weather, climate, and adaptations of animals to that particular climate. We all seen that the meaning of weather, the meaning of climate. Then also we have considered some climatic factors and adaptations to those particular climatic factions. Like we have considered the first region, which is polar region. Actually, we have seen about the polar region, but now here we are going to consider the facts regarding the tropical rainforest region. That means we are going to consider the next region, the tropical rainforest. First of all, we have seen the polar region. Now we are going to consider the tropical rainforest region. And in that tropical rainforest region, already we have considered which countries are involving. India is there, some other countries are also there. So India is the country which is present in that particular region. Now, here we are going to consider which type of animals are living in these tropical rainforest region, and also we are going to consider what is the climate of this tropical rainforest. First thing is that we should know what is the climate, what are the conditions of climate which is present in this tropical rainforest region. Then only we can consider which type of animals can live in these type of conditions. Now here, the first thing is that regarding these tropical rainforest, if we consider the tropical regions, actually the climate of these tropical region is generally hot. That means the tropical region has generally hot climate because its location is actually present at the equator. That means it is present near to the equator of Earth. Equator means the central line of Earth, the central line of Earth, and that central line of Earth is facing the sun. So that's why the sunlight is coming directly on that surface. That means the regions which are present near to that equator, sunlight is coming in most of the higher proportion, and therefore the climate of such a region is very hot. That means temperature of that region is increased. So we have seen that in the polar region, the temperature is extremely low because sunlight is not reaching there, because it is present away from the equator. It is present very far away from the equator. So that's why sunlight uh, does not reach properly to those regions. So that's why their temperature is very low. But opposite to that of polar regions, in tropical region, the temperature is very hot. The temperature is very hot, or we can say that the climate is very hot because these tropical regions are present near to the equator of Earth. Now, even in the coldest month of temperature, that means if we consider the winter season, during the winter season, the temperature is remain more than 15 degrees Celsius. Most of the time, the temperature is very higher during the winter also. That means sometimes it may drops up to 10 degrees Celsius. We cannot say that it is does not dropping below the 15 degrees Celsius. But the common observation is that for the climate of tropical region, during the winter, during the winter, the temperature, lowest temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. That means most of the time it is above of 15 degrees Celsius. That means that temperature is more than 15 degrees Celsius. Now, this one is the first fact regarding the tropical region. Now, if we consider the hot summers, that means we have seen that in India, there are three seasons are there: summer, winter, and rainy season. These are the three seasons which are present in tropical rainforest. Generally, these are the three seasons which are observed in the tropical rainforest region. So therefore, if we consider the summer season, if we consider the summer season, then during these summer season, the temperature of the region may crosses 40 degrees Celsius. that means temperature is more than 40 degrees Celsius. Temperature is more than 40 degrees Celsius. So which is very high temperature as compared to our body temperature. That temperature is very high. We know that the body temperature of human is 37 degrees Celsius, and this temperature of the tropical rainforest region during the summers is very larger than that. It may crosses the 40 degrees Celsius. That means it may rises up to 45 degrees, sometimes 50 degrees, like this. So this temperature is very higher. And if we compare the temperature of day as well as night, that means days and nights are almost equal in length throughout the year. That means if we compare the duration of days and duration of nights, they are almost equal in length throughout the year. We have seen that in the polar regions, the time of day and time of nights, they are different from each other. But here we can say that these times are almost equal to each other. That means time of day and time of night, they are mostly equal to each other throughout the year, and therefore these regions are get plenty of rainfall. And this is the reason for why for which the rainfall is very high in the tropical rainforest region. The rainfall, the amount of rainfall is very high, and therefore we are referring it as a tropical rainforest region, because the proportion of rainfall is very high. Proportion of rainfall is very high as compared to other regions, and due to this higher proportion of rainfall, the forests are developed. That means different types of forest are developed. Plenty of uh, plants, different varieties of plants are developed in the forest, and which gives the scope for the living things. So in this way, the tropical rainforest having the plenty of rainfall. And an important feature of this region is the tropical rainforest. That means these rainforests are found in Western Ghats and Assam in India, or Southeast Asia, or we can say that Central America or Central Africa. They are also part of tropical rainforest region, or you can say Brazil. It is also the part of tropical rainforest. So here, the best feature of the tropical rainforest is that the different varieties of plants, the varieties of plants are present in this tropical rainforest, and this is the very important feature of the tropical rainforest regions, because the plenty of rain is there, and due to this plenty of rain, the variety of plants are developed, or variety of trees are developed in those tropical rainforest region. Now if we consider the temperature, because of continuous warmth and rain, that means the temperature is continuously higher, and the rain is continuously going on, so therefore it provides the wide variety of plants. And due to these wide variety of plants, the animals which lives or which depends on these plants, they are also in very wide variety. Like in the polar region, there are limited variety of animals are there, or the plants, variety of plants is very limited. Only certain type of plants are present, or only certain types of animals are present. Like we can say that hardly 10 to 15 varieties of animals are there. Like we can say that uh, polar bear is there, penguin is there, then some birds are there, some animals are there like musk oxen or foxes, seals, etc. So it does not crosses the 20. That means the variety of animals is very low in the polar region. But in the tropical rainforest region, as the plants are plentiful, that means wide variety of plants is available. So due to which the animals which depends on these plants, their varieties are also very wide. That means large number of varieties of animals are present in the tropical rainforest region. Now the major types of animals which lives in the rainforest are monkeys. That means if we consider some varieties of animals, then the some major types here we are only discussing. We are not discussing all the micro and all the macroorganisms. We are only considering the major type of animals which are living in such areas. So in those major types of animals, the monkeys are there. Now as the plants are more, or we can say that trees are more, as well as the variety of trees is very larger, wide. So therefore the monkeys can live on those trees, so that's why they are living in the tropical rainforest region. Then apes means the it is also one type of monkey, or we can say that one variety of monkey. Then gorillas, you can also familiar with the gorillas. Then lions, you are also familiar with the lion, or you can also familiar with the tigers. Then elephants, leopards, lizards, snakes, birds, and some insects are there. Insects means they are very small in size. Insects means they are very small in size. In the insect you can say that flies, then mosquitoes, or we can consider the dung beetle, or we can also consider the butterfly. So there are too many insects are present. Too many insects are there. If we consider the moth, silk moth, it is also one type of insect from which we are obtaining the silk. It is also one type of insect. So that insects are also useful. So it is not, we cannot say that these insects are harmful to us. So insects are also helpful to us. So therefore in the tropical rainforest region, the major variety of animals is present, and some types are here we have discussed: monkeys, apes, gorillas, lions, tigers, then elephants, leopards, lizards, snakes, birds, etc. And again, in each type of animal, again there are some varieties are there. Like we can say that Asian tiger or Asian lion is different, African lion is different, or African tiger is different, Indian tiger is different, Bengal tiger is different. So as the area changes, some varieties are different. That means their adaptations are different, and due to which we are consider the large variety of animals for a single animal. Like different types of leopards are present, different types of lizards are there. Some are very small in size, some lizards are very large in size. uh, some lizards are whose size is not large as the crocodile, or not small as the small lizards. So in this way, the different varieties are there. Different varieties of animals are present in the tropical rainforest region. Okay. So these are the major types of animals which are obtained in the tropical rainforest. Now, if we consider the climatic conditions which are available in the tropical rainforest, they are highly suitable for supporting an enormous number of and variety of animals that we have discussed earlier. That the climatic conditions are very good. The climatic conditions are very good. Then availability of food is also very plentiful. So that's why the enormous number and variety of animals are developed in such a region. So they are supporting these animals. The climatic conditions are highly suitable for supporting an enormous number of and variety of animals. So that's why large number of animals are present in the tropical rainforest. Now, since the numbers are large, there is intense competition for food and shelter. Obviously, suppose if we consider in a small place, too many animals are there, then for food they are going to fight. So that's why, since the number is very large, that means large varieties of animals are present. So due to which there is intense competition for the food. That means competition is there. They have to attain their food from the enemies. That means they have to capture the food, and they have to prevent it from the enemies, because there is intense competition for food and shelter also, because shelter is also necessary. Then many animals are adapted to living on the trees. Actually, if we consider in tropical rainforest, the many animals are actually adapted to living on the trees. So if we consider some of the example, the best example is red-eyed frog. Actually, we know that frog is living in water, or it is living in small ponds. But in the tropical rainforest, a particular frog is there, which is referred as red-eyed frog, who had adopted, those frogs are adopted to live on the trees. And how they are living on the trees, they have developed a sticky pads on its feet. Sticky pads means if they are jumping on the trees, then due to their sticky pads, they are sticking on the tree. They are sticking on the tree and they are not falling from that tree. That means they can easily climb those trees on which they are living. So due to which they have developed, or they have adopted the sticky pads to live on the trees. If you want to see the image of red-eyed frog, you can see the image of this red-eyed frog. And if you observe their feet, you can observe their feet. Here I have circled. So if you observe the feet, then you can see that those feet are in the form of pad, and those pads are actually sticky pads. That means with the help of these pads, they are sticking on the leaves, or they are sticking on the trees on which they are living. So in this way, this red-eyed frog had developed the ability to live on the trees. And also their color is green. Their color is green, so which is matching with the plants, which is matching with the color of tree. So the enemy cannot be seen them easily, like snakes cannot see them easily. Snakes cannot see them easily like this. So here, in this way, you can consider the adaptations. Now you can also see that some snakes are climbing on the tree, so they had also adopted to such conditions. They also adopted to such conditions to live on the tree. Or we can also know that leopards can also climb on the trees. So they have adopted to such conditions. We know that lion cannot be climbing on the tree. Lion cannot climb on the tree. Tiger cannot climb on the tree. But leopards had developed their paws in such a way that they can climb easily on the trees. So in this way, they have adopted. Then to help them live on the trees, monkeys have long tails for grasping branches, and their hands and feet are such that they can easily hold onto that branches. That means if we consider the monkeys, if we consider the monkeys, so here you can see the image of monkey. So in order to grasp the branch, their tails are very long. You can see here tail of both the monkeys, which is very long. So if you observe that length of their tail, which is more than their height, actually if we count their height, then the length of tail is more than their height. So due to this long tail, it is very easy for them to grasp the branches. For grasping the branches, that one is very useful. And also their hands as well as feet are developed in such a way that they can easily hold the branches. And that's why you had observed that monkeys are jumping on the trees very rapidly or very speedily. They are not facing any problem to climb on the trees, or they are not facing any problem to jump from this tree to that tree, or to catch the branch, or to grasp that branch, because they have uh, 5 elements to capture that branch. Either they can capture that branch by using their tail, or by using their hands, or by using their feet. So all those are useful to grasp the branches, and due to which they can easily climb on the trees. So in this way, the animals which are living in the tropical region, they are adapted themselves to live in that particular region. So here we have only discussed some facts regarding the red-eyed frog and monkeys and leopards also. So there are another animals are there which also developed their abilities to live in such a region. Those abilities we are going to see in the next lecture. Okay.